Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you back to the Dynamic Decisions podcast, where we explore the strategies that drive successful decision making in the world of business. Why? Because the best decisions come from great conversations. I'm your host, Teasha Cable, CEO of C Model Data, and today we have an inspirational guest who is trailblazing in the digital marketing and business growth space. Her name is Jennifer. She is a CEO, speaker, and investor at CEI Web Group, based in the home services industry. Jennifer leads one of the top digital marketing agencies specializing in delivering measurable results for manufacturers, distributors, and contractors. And she is also the host of a podcast called The Catalyst. This is for the trades specifically. It's a show that's dedicated to helping home service professionals grow their businesses through smart marketing and operational strategies. So, Jennifer, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Teasha,
Tell
you
us
are a rock star. What a powerhouse. My goodness. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. Start off by telling us a little bit more about CI Web Group and yourself and all the things that you're doing to help businesses navigate the digital marketing landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we're in a cocoon coming out and being a butterfly right now. It's been an interesting ride. I started this company back in 2006, and man, the evolution has been incredible, especially right now. Right now, we're in the most transitional time I think I've ever seen in my entire life. So I would say right now, we are in the process of reinventing ourselves, like from top to
Mm.
bottom. The way we think, what we do, the systems, the technology, the processes. I mean, there's no rock that's left unturned at this point. And technology and AI are primarily the drivers behind that. So, um, the the business, our team, focuses heavily on helping the home services industry,
Mhm, mhm.
as you mentioned. And really, this is assisting them in those same kind of transitions, right? How do they position themselves in front of consumers when and where they work and when and where they look? And when consumers change their mind or get access to a new piece of technology or a new device and decide they want to find contractors a different way, helping them then adjust continuously. So, really, we're trying to grow a bunch of entrepreneurs' business, help them sail off into the sunset or whatever their goals are. I always start off asking them, why'd you do it? Why'd you become an entrepreneur?
That's right.
At some point, you thought this was a good idea.
I don't know who told you that, but no.
I don't know who said that. And it's always boils down to the top three things, right? Every entrepreneur wants three things. They want more time, more money, and more freedom. But it's interesting when you have the conversation with them and ask them, do you feel like you have it? And you see this kind of exhaustion set in that's like, no, I do not have more time. I do not have more money, and I surely don't have more freedom. I have a lot more bosses now. So, helping them really get back to the root of why they started their business and then stay there so that we can make better decisions. Because you know how it goes. You get into business, all of a sudden you put your business owner hat on, you forget why you did it, you lose the mission. Next thing you know, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off and just fighting fires, daily fires, then lose the missions. If I can help them get back to that core, really what I want to do.
Okay, so kind of speaking of that, so you've got a tremendous amount of expertise in this space. And we know that one of the major problems that folks are facing, one of the biggest decision areas is around how do you how do you get customers? How do you keep customers engaged? How do you think about this? What do you think are some of the most critical factors for customer engagement in today's digital landscape where we know that it's moving at the craziest pace in the world?
Yeah. I feel like if we had this podcast a year ago, I'd have to correct myself, right? Because it's changing. And from my position, there's where we were, where we are, and where I know it's going. So I tend to resolve. I sit in a space that tends to lean towards what's going to happen in the next 12 to 24 months. Personally, my team, thank God they focus on right now and they are executing based on today. But when it comes to client acquisition, this is what I believe the path looks like. And I'm going to go forward a little bit, but
Please. Yeah.
I believe that the evolution of AI and the integration of AI into hardware devices should lead the roadmap. And if you look at Meta, if you look at Google, Amazon, Apple, they have a roadmap for full AI integration. and for AI evolution. So you start with a simple conversational agent like a chat GPT, and that moves to a more sophisticated agent that is now agentic and can perform tasks and functions and can act like your assistant and do things for you. I know that the majority of marketers and business owners are thinking about AI as if it's just chat GPT.
Right.
That's an
That's
interface.
that's right. That's correct. Come on and teach them. Teach them right now.
ChatGPT is an interface. In fact, my AI developers, they're like, why are you paying the dummy fee? We can access all the LLMs, right? But you're paying the dummy fee with the $25 a month using the license fee when that's just the interface.
And it's for them to create more value for them as opposed to you creating unique value for yourself.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on with it. Yeah.
Yes. So when you look at search, Google's lost 2% of search volume and people are downplaying that. Well, first time in however long. And on top of that, that happened in 6 to 12 months. And AI hasn't fully integrated into the hardware that's in everybody's home. Go look at your home and count the number of smart devices you have, right? I think the average home probably has 20, 30 different smart devices. So everything that's intelligent, the roadmap for that technology, when they do full AI integration, and what I mean by that is you go to bed, you have a glass of wine, you go to bed, you hit your snooze or whatever, and your phone does its automatic update. And tomorrow morning you wake up and now it's not dumb Siri, dumb Alexa, dumb Google Home. It's now smart Siri. It's
That's right.
now smart Google Home. It's now smart Alexa, smart LG, OLED, right? All of these different platforms now have an agentic agent that can do your homework, do the search, find what you need, call it, book it, have a conversation. And we're going to wind up where it's your AI assistant as the consumer talking to the AI CSR that's answering the phone in Gibberlink. And their 30-minute conversation is highly efficient. It takes them 3 minutes to get it done. And there's not going to be a lot of human interaction in that. And if we don't start preparing for that, I mean, if we think that all consumer search is going to remain on Google, I think we're out of our mind because the consumers are going to adopt the technology that makes their lives easier, faster, and businesses don't have the opportunity to be slow this time.
Yeah. So you're starting to go where I want to go, right? So you're at the forefront of this, right? Helping these businesses to understand how AI search, task agents, zero-click conversions, how those are going to reshape consumer behavior. I'd love for you to share some of your insights on how these innovations are going to transform digital marketing. Are there some strategic decisions that you've made or that you're helping your customers to make with
Yeah.
CI Web Group to really integrate these to get the real-time value for your clients?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'd look at it from two different factors. I think the standard digital marketing company with their standard old school processes and standard old school methodology is going to go out of business. I mean, good
Okay,
luck
first
to you.
standard and old school together, okay? So if it's standard, it is old school
Just
at
stop.
this point.
Yes. Right? If you're downplaying it and you're not adjusting and you're saying it's only 2%, don't worry about it. Or for this business, it's not going to really impact it. I'm just nope.
No, that means you don't understand exponential technology sort of at its most root. You wouldn't understand it if you think like that. Yeah.
100%. I don't think the majority of human beings have seen what's going to happen in the next 18 to 12 months. When you say exponential, like they need to take that to the bank because that's a big deal. So when it comes to the home services industry, this industry, I love them so much. It's like the grassroots of all good people, like hardworking, down and dirty, real, local business owners. They tend also to typically delay a little bit when it comes to advancing. It might usually be like a year, 2 years, sometimes 5 or 10 behind the curve. So I'm trying to, on one hand, internally, we're reinventing ourselves, right? We've analyzed every portion of our business. We've basically hired all new developers. We've brought in AI agent developers, agentic framework engineers. We brought in new developers when it comes to building websites. We were the typical agency. We were building WordPress websites like 80% of the rest of the world for, decades. but
And
now we're
no
not.
one really needs that anymore. They don't know it yet because they're not all using the tools. But yeah, I don't need that because honestly, I could go right to an AI right now and build a website in 2 seconds. Now,
Yes.
what you're going to do though is help them to build a really quality one and optimize that.
Yes, yes. So, and what AI has done for us is it allows us to do more faster. Period, exclamation point, period, right? That's like, so when my competitors over there, taking 6 months to build a WordPress website with 50 pages on it, 90 days, we're building an AI enabled web experience platform with 600 pages of content that are designed to answer every consumer question, to answer your traditional search, your AI search, your query search, and we can just do it faster because, and literally we can do it faster with less humans on our team, quite frankly.
So that's kind of the whole concept, though, with AI is better, faster. That's the way we should be thinking about it today. So you're someone you actually emphasize the critical need to evolve the relationship between AI, business, marketing agencies, and the customers. So I'm really curious about when you're making high stakes decisions, like maybe selecting a marketing strategy that really is deeply aligned with your client goals. Do you have a framework that you make sure delivers both the cutting edge innovation part plus the proven results that we know will drive?
Yeah. So I would say this first. I am not risk adverse. I'll take the ass whooping if I believe in it. So that's
Me too.
I'll
Me
t-
too.
I'll take it. I rather just take it to the head, but lean into what I know is coming. So I would say that's kind of a core principle of mine. It doesn't necessarily sit right with 100% of your team. They might think you're bat crazy, but I think first is one, understanding the mission. I make sure that I've got complete clarity and that I'm agile. So complete clarity doesn't mean written in stone. It means at all times I am creating complete clarity into our direction and the why behind that direction. And I understand the mission. And then we have the ability to first protect the mission. Like the decisions are wrapped around the mission. Secondly, it's assessing obviously the opportunity cost and opportunity itself. Then it's really a process of using directional data, mental models to guide the decision, even if it's not perfect. I'm all about production before perfection. Like let's go, let's get her done. And then lastly, I really got to trust leadership team, right? Their perspectives and challenges and assumptions. And I've got to make sure that we have 100% fully committed humans. Our mantra is, are we all in? Is everyone all in? Like, this isn't going to be easy. It's not going to be fast, but we have to be all in. And then I think the last thing I would put to that framework is speed and decisive.
Come on, you are speaking my language.
I don't,
My
and
goodness.
nobody got time for slow.
Come on, speed it up, buddy. Let's go. Right. Like, because the thing that sits behind slow to me is fear. A lot of times when either you are inexperienced and you don't really know, or you're fearful,
You're scared.
that will slow you down if you have confidence, because even if you don't know 100%, maybe you're confident in your assumptions that you have. Maybe you have enough expertise where you've sat in the room and seen this 50 times, and so I'm those 50 times are going to guide me the right way here. Like, there's got to be something behind it. Either you've got the right amount of information in front of you where you feel confident because that data is driving you in the right direction.
And
Yeah, I think
it's hard
fear.
when you don't have data. I mean,
It
that's
is.
another piece of the equation is when we haven't seen what's coming yet, but I can feel it's coming, so I have to have enough faith to make those decisions. And that's a tough one. That is not easy. They haven't seen it yet. They haven't experienced it yet. Like, how do you change your mind when presented with new information? If it's not in your wheelhouse, it's sitting in a blind spot. And
Yeah,
that's
this is
tough.
where your point about team is important too, right? Because you got to have the right people around the table to help you formulate your assumptions. That's really, really good. So your actual approach focuses on helping these business owners do the right things in the right order at the right
Right
time.
time.
Come
Yes,
on.
man.
And you do that based on what we were just talking about. You drive with strategy, data, and then the results. So, my question for you is when you're measuring the success of, like, it could be any one of your initiatives across, because I think a lot about you have the very diverse client base, right? You got manufacturers, distributors, contractors. What are some of the key metrics that you focus on to make sure that your clients are actually seeing real, measurable growth that translates to more time, more money, more freedom, as you discussed earlier.
That's a really good topic and one everybody should be addressing right now because we've traditionally had the basic KPIs, right? You have a website or landing pages or whatever it is, and you're looking at what are my rankings? What's my traffic? What's my conversion rate? What's my bounce rate? Those are all the things, right? And how many leads did I generate? How many did I book? How many did I convert? What's my booking rate? What's my average ticket? Those are all the normal things you would look at. And yes, we've got ROAS dashboards that are by channel, attribution channel, by individual platform. And we can tell immediately based on full circle transparency, every lever we pull, what does it result in from a financial standpoint? What happens? What happens when there is no visit to the website? You didn't have to be on page one of Google. You had to be visible. You had to answer a consumer's query in an AI search or a voice search or an AI assistant query, right? And there was no visit. There was no conversion that you can track back to the attribution, but it did result in new money. Like, this is where the relationship between the marketing agency and the business owner has to become significantly more transparent because I can see a contractor saying, because I can't track it, I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to stop doing that because they're used to this. I pay for an ad. I saw the dollars go out. I saw the lead come in. I know the cost. I know that I booked it. I sold it and I deposited money. But what happens when there are no ads on AI search? There is no LSA on AI search. There's no Google business listing on AI search. And what happens when you just simply answer a question, or when my Siri, I can say, hey, book me an appointment with someone to come do maintenance on my air conditioning system, preferably on Wednesday at noon. Can you send me a text reminder and add it to my calendar? And just happens without the click. So it doesn't mean the website's not important. It doesn't mean the content's not important. It doesn't mean your reviews are not important or social media. Like, those all are seeds for the AI. So it's that these pieces of technology are no longer what they seem. Now it's a content distribution platform designed to seed the AI, designed to provide information so that it can find you and answer those user intent based queries. This is going to change a lot.
Well, not only does it change it, I think it's going to change how we start to think about how things actually get developed. So it's your expertise becomes a part of the journey, right? It has to be documented, it has to be shared, and it has to be implemented so that the AI can do that its work. So we're talking about experts now being rubric creators, as an
Yes.
example, right? So now I got to go sit down and write down my step by step. So it begs a question though for those experts, your job right now is to be working with folks who can actually help you protect what might be your IP. Because if you don't, you're going to lose anyway, right? In the AI world. But how do you take that knowledge that you have and turn it into something transferable into an AI scenario? That's off topic for us, but it's the type of decisioning that folks who help companies in roles like yours today have to be really thinking about. Either you're building the technology,
Yep.
right, and putting your knowledge in it like you, or you're a contributor. And as a contributor though, you have to think about what's my unique special secret sauce, and how does that lend itself in the world of AI? That's their problem. For our audience though, really quickly, let me just tell them, I want you to think about your own digital marketing efforts. What decisions have you made that significantly impacted your online presence or customer engagement? Share your experiences with us on LinkedIn or other social media using Dynamic Decisions Podcast. Okay, I want to go into leadership a little bit with you.
All
And
right.
so you're a CEO, you're a speaker, you're an investor, you've got an extensive background in your place, and you've built up the reputation for transparency and measurable results. And a lot of this comes from doing things like your podcast as a strategy. What are some other strategies that you put in front of your team in order to really build up the culture of innovation, and to do that with client centricity as like the major focus?
Yeah, I think the number one is I want a team of learners. I mean, and independent learners. So within our organization, you'll notice articles flying around. You'll notice that they carefully curate their feed to make sure that they're staying on top of what's happening in the AI space, digital marketing space, search, and so forth. I feel like that's critical. If we're not learning, if we're not getting fed information day in and day out, which amen to everybody watching this podcast, make sure you tune in to every one of them because this is part of that, right? This is what this is. You're doing it right now. If we are not constantly learning and the speed in which we need to learn now and the speed in which we need to capture it, I keep saying, when presented with new information, do you have the ability to change your mind? Dot, dot, dot. And how fast? How quickly can you pivot? No, the day of owning a script, over. The day of having a playbook, over. Even SOPs right
Uh,
now. I
for
mean,
what?
I
Right.
like, gosh, I'll have an interview with somebody and I'm like, what's important to you regarding training? And if they are too rigid and they're like, oh, I need this consistent training, what are you going to do if you're going to cook a new meal?
Right.
You're going to TikTok it and go watch some video and you're going to go learn it. Like that's the mentality. The same thing you do to decorate your house, the same thing you do to find a new outfit, the same thing you do to find a gadget or gizmo. Like you have to be constantly educating yourself. Everyone has to, independently of whatever training and system processes are in place at a corporation or company. Like every person on your team better be there to learn and learn every single day. You have to.
I love it. So curiosity, learning, and do it fast because the idea is you've got to be able to you got to change with the change, honey. You got to keep it moving.
Yes, ma'am.
As my mom would say, do it moving,
Do it.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. So this is my favorite part of the podcast. I get to do an assessment to explore your decision making persona. So I'm going to ask you 4 different questions, and each one of them represents a different decision making approach. And so after each one, you're going to tell me how much the way that I'm asking the question resonates with how you approach decisions. And you're going to rate it on a scale of 0 to 100%. But keep in mind that across all 4, you only get 100% total. Okay. And so, are you ready?
All
You
right, let's
only
go.
get it. Okay, let's go. Here we go. So the first persona is called the feeler. It's a value-driven leader. This persona prioritizes alignment with core values and mission, often weighing the human impact and cultural fit of decisions alongside business metrics. When I'm considering a new marketing initiative or client strategy, I ask myself, does this align with the CI Web Group's mission to deliver transparency and measurable results while truly serving our clients' long term success? Even if a more profitable campaign might deliver short term gains, I need to feel confident that we're helping business owners create genuine value, more time, money, and freedom, rather than just chasing metrics that don't translate to real business impact. How much of you resonates with that?
Can I get the next 4 questions? All right, no, go 60.
Okay, so that's the feeler. You are currently 60% feeler. That leaves you only 40%. Okay. You got 40% left.
Need all 4 questions. I'm literally having a problem not knowing all 4 questions.
I know. And that's why you're not going to get them. Okay.
So I like this. I'll take that.
Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. It's called the planner. It's a strategic visionary. So this persona focuses on long-term implications and future-proofing decisions, always thinking several moves ahead and considering multiple scenarios. When I'm making strategic decisions about CI Web Group service offerings or market positioning, I ask myself, what are the long-term implications of this choice for the digital marketing industry and the home services sector over the next 5 to 10 years? This is funny. I need to map out how AI
This is
search,
wrong.
task agents, and zero click conversions will continue evolving, ensuring that our capabilities and methodologies position us for multiple possible futures in an increasingly AI driven marketing landscape while maintaining our competitive edge in the home services niche.
Dude, I failed. Failed
That's
already.
okay.
60.
No, ma'am, but you can reduce your
All right.
60.
I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to put it at 20 and I'm going to put this at 30.
Okay.
Now I'm
I believe
scared
you.
about your next questions.
I know. Here it goes. It's all for fun. So, what's so interesting is I knew that because of if anyone listening and has heard our personas, they would have quickly identified that you would highly resonate with that one just based on your conversation earlier. Okay, here's our next one. You ready? This one is called the counter. It's the challenger of assumptions. So, this persona naturally questions conventional wisdom and looks for the contrarian opportunities, often finding success by zigging when others zag. When evaluating new marketing strategies or industry trends, I ask myself, what assumptions are we making about digital marketing and customer behavior, that might be fundamentally wrong? What is everyone else in the marketing agency space doing that we should question? I tend to dig into why certain campaigns or approaches work a certain way and whether there's a more efficient, innovative method that the industry isn't seeing, especially given our unique focus on transparency and our measurable results and the specific needs of the home services market.
I don't give a rat's rear end what they're doing.
Somebody on your team probably
They
does this.
might.
Yeah.
They're slow. Okay, let me just not.
That's okay. So this
I'll just,
one
I'll
is
give it a 10.
10% for the counter. How much do you have? So right now,
I'm at 60, right?
you're at 60 right this moment. All right, you ready? For the very last one, that means that you actually have 40% left. You may want to make an adjustment, I think, after we do this one, and then we'll get you a final number.
Okay.
Here's this last one. This one is called the data driver, evidence based decision maker. So, this persona relies heavily on metrics, analytics, and concrete evidence to validate decisions, preferring proof over intuition. Before making important decisions about campaign strategies or service expansion, I ask myself, what does our performance data actually tell us about campaign effectiveness, our client ROI, and long term business growth across different sectors? I want to see concrete analytics on everything from SEO rankings and PPC conversion rates to website performance and marketing automation results that can validate or contradict our strategic instincts about where to invest our clients' resources for maximum impact. Boom.
I'll give that the balance.
So that gets the 40.
I'll give it the 40.
Okay.
It's not going to prevent me
Tell me
from
why.
making a decision.
Yeah.
But I do have, for everything that we do, have I call them AARs, after action reviews, and it can be a after decision reviews. So I do want to know. We spend a tremendous amount of time aggregating data, and now we've gotten a lot faster at it. Right, used to be you had to sign up for SEMrush, and that's all you had. We're building our own API-based data protocols, building an MCP server, giving us access to be able to analyze data and track the lever that we pulled to see what the impact was is very, very important. So I'm not saying that I have to have the data to make a decision. I tend to make the decision in the visionary mindset, but I'm 100% going to come back and validate that decision and make adjustments. In my mind, it's a little bit of research, plan, execute fast. Velocity matters, evaluate, and refine. And the
Good.
faster we can get through that cycle, the better.
That's good. But that was really good. I like this. So what was the best is I think most leaders need to think about. I make a decision in the visionary mindset, but that's not enough. I've got to be able to come back and track the result. Did this lead to the outcome that I desired? Because if it didn't, I don't keep doing that. I move on, make adjustments, and then measure the ROI of the next thing that I'm going to try. And the quicker I do that, the better. Man,
Yes.
fantastic. Thank you so much. As we wrap up this conversation, I have one final question for you, right? So you are a thought leader. You have helped countless businesses to really transform their digital presence. Could you give one piece of advice to leaders who are aiming to drive growth through digital transformation? What would that advice be?
I'd say lean in. Like, you better lean into AI right now. Right now. Do not put it off. Do not wait. Do not be hesitant. Be first and figure it out. Like, and surround yourself with people who can help you navigate that water. Find the experts. You said one piece. Like, don't sign a contract with technology providers because technology is changing too fast, right? And ask about their AI enablement roadmap. This is the
Good.
point in time where you shouldn't be working with any company that doesn't have a pretty solid AI enablement roadmap. They should be able to tell you and show you how they are utilizing it to improve velocity and get better results, period.
That's good. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Jennifer. It has been a
Question for you.
pleasure. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Will you please join me on my podcast?
Absolutely.
So I got
Absolutely.
it recorded.
Yes, it's recorded. It's done.
You're amazing.
Yes. I will be there. No, thank you. As are you. It's been such a pleasure having you. Thank you. So, your leadership in marketing and your commitment to results for me has been the highlight of this podcast. And so, I just appreciate you transparently sharing that with this audience. Would you share with our audience where they can learn more about you, more of CI Web Group?
Yeah, absolutely. Go online. You can go to ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google, doesn't matter. Social media, look for CI Web Group and Jennifer Bagley. I do webinars all the time that are just free training. So if you are nervous or scared about it, jump on a webinar. We'll go to town. We'll get you comfortable, and then we can move from there.
Awesome. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Remember, the best decisions come from great conversations. If you've enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate it, share it with your network, and let's keep the conversation going on social media using Dynamic Decisions Podcast. Until next time, keep questioning, keep growing, and keep leading with purpose.